Tyler from Aspire Sports Show, and we have Drew Brees, who was hurt this weekend. So if you have him, what do you do? Who are some streaming options? I'm going to give you that in this video. So first, let's talk about Drew Brees. Obviously, it was a big hit. I believe it got called for roughing the passer. I think he still finished out the half, and then at halftime they had Jameis come in, but you could definitely tell he was in obvious pain. I'm not sure what the significance are. I do see it was a rib injury. Now you also have to consider he's 41 years old. Yes, that's not old in today's standards, but in football standards, that is old. So I don't know if he comes back this week. It's a little uncertain. Possibly he misses some time here. So how do you replace him if you have him? The first option is going to be obviously Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, I think, is going to be a really solid play this week. If he misses, he plays Atlanta, who Atlanta has the worst pass defense right there with Seattle in the league. So Jameis Winston obviously would become a very good play if Drew Brees were to miss. Next, obviously dealing with some injury concerns himself is Teddy Bridgewater. Has a knee issue. I believe he's getting an MRI tomorrow to determine the significance, but they don't sound too concerned about it. I think it's more precautionary. So if he's able to play this week, I do think that Teddy Bridgewater is a solid play. He gets to play against Detroit, who we just saw give up nearly 400 passing yards to Alex Smith. So with his options, I think he's going to be a really good play as well in this game. Next, let's go to Alex Smith, the person who just passed for nearly 400 yards. Alex Smith gets Cincinnati, who Cincinnati we just saw Big Ben tear up for 300. I think it was like 330 some yards and 4 touchdowns. So I think Alex Smith, this will be a game that will be competitive, I believe, and Alex Smith will definitely have to throw the ball. Has decent options around him, and I think obviously this day would have been better if he would have scored some touchdowns. They just ran it in, but I think he will score some touchdowns this upcoming week and will be a decent streaming option at the quarterback position. And the next one is going to be Tua Tagovailoa. I think that's how you say his last name. I always struggle with his last name. It's really hard, but I think it's Tagovailoa. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Let me know in the comments below. But I think he's also a very good streaming option this week as well. I've been a big Tua fan. I've been a very big Dolphins believer as well. I just think this is a really good football team going forward. But I'm a little concerned with the overall production just because they are a good team. They don't need him going out and slinging the ball all over the field. But I do think in this one at Denver, he's going to have a good game. Denver's been average against the quarterback position this year, so I think he's a decent streaming option this week. Let's go into the next one, and that's going to be Kirk Cousins. Now, this is in deeper leagues, right? Deeper leagues, Kirk Cousins. Next week plays Dallas, who Dallas we know is pretty terrible, especially passing wise, really against the run as well. So I'm a little concerned just because I think Dalvin Cook might go crazy in this game, but I also think Kirk Cousins is going to be efficient. We'll probably have around like 24 passing attempts, but we'll be efficient with those just because this defense is bad. Has really good two receiving options in Thielen and Justin Jefferson on the outside. I think puts up decent streaming numbers here. And let's talk about the next one here, and that's going to be Garrett Gilbert. The only reason I didn't put him ahead of Cousins is because I'm not sure 100% if he's the starter, but if he is, then going forward, I do think he's a decent streaming option in this matchup. I don't really believe in Minnesota's defense, especially the pass defense. I think it's a beatable pass defense, and he just has a lot of good weapons around him. He really does, and he looked pretty good against Pittsburgh. I know that Pittsburgh was missing a couple guys and they just don't travel that well on the road. But at the same time, I think he looked pretty good that week. And I think in this matchup, it's a beatable matchup. So I'd probably put him ahead of Cousins. I also think they'll be playing from behind. So I think that will help him in terms of passing attempts. And that does it for the quarterback streaming options for week 11. If you have any other questions, leave it in the comments below. Also, you should check out our waiver wire ads for week 11. That's a more detailed run through quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, even streaming options for the defense. Check out that video if you have any other questions. And thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And have a great day. See ya.